Good morning, guys, and welcome to July. It is a new month, and I wanted to go through a day in the life and share some of my summer updates with you and let you know all the things we have coming up on our channel for the rest of the year because I have so much exciting stuff to share with you today. If you're new here, my name is Nicholsen, and I love to give you guys lots of homemaking motivation throughout our home, and I would love it if you would subscribe. It is totally free, and if you're returning, it is so great to see you, and thank you so much for supporting my channel over the years. As I continue to grow and share new things, you guys have always been so kind and wonderful, and I just want to share so much gratitude with you for being here. Lately, I've been starting my morning making coffee. Please disregard the time on this coffee maker. I have never changed it since we bought this coffee maker. I've been using a Nespresso for a long time, and sometimes I just feel like either using regular drip, which I find to be really delicious and a lot stronger, or sometimes I even do a French press if I really need some extra caffeine. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna share kind of my day-to-day routine as it's been this summer, and hopefully today's video provides a little bit of inspiration or motivation for you as you navigate through the summer with your children, your chores, your routines, your family, whatever you have going on at home. I hope I can bring just a little bit of inspiration. Okay, let's jump into today's video. Before we get started, I want to share today's sponsor, which is Fastic. I have shared that I do intermittent fasting for years. Some of the benefits of intermittent fasting that I have enjoyed have been the ability to burn body fat reserves, promoting regeneration and detoxification. It also helps with immune system and body healing, and it also increases your metabolism and boosts energy. So before I get into this, I really must say, please talk to your doctor before you even think about doing intermittent fasting. It is not for everybody. I have been doing it for probably 6 years. So after I had my last child, and I have had a great relationship with it, and it does help me, but it's not for everybody. So basically what happens is after I eat, around the time I go to bed, about an hour before I go to bed, I will turn on my Fastic app, which if you guys aren't familiar with Fastic, it is an intermittent fasting app that helps you track all of your intermittent fasting. It will tell you exactly where you are in the process. Some of the features I love about the app is it has a fasting timer, so it tracks your windows effortlessly. You have your body status, so it identifies and tracks key stages in your fasting journey, which is really important so you know exactly where you're at. My favorite part of fasting is definitely autophagy. That's when your body starts to go after all the things within your body and clear them out. It takes time to get there, so I would highly recommend doing your research before starting fasting. And then it also has a water tracker, which is basically the only 3 things I have during a fasting window is water, my vitamins, and I also have coffee as well. So if you guys want to join me and 25 million other people, go to the description box and download Fastic today, which is one of the most highly recommended apps by doctors. It has expert guidance and valuable insights for your fasting journey. I absolutely love this app. It keeps me well informed on what's going on within my body, and I am so grateful to Fastic for sponsoring today's video and being the #1 app that I use to track all of my fasting throughout the years. Okay guys, let's jump into this very busy day. After having my coffee and going through my schedule, I like to get ready for the gym. I use this fit tracker. I will link it down below. So this fit tracker actually tells me exactly where my body's at as far as my BMIs, my muscle, and my fat. It also shows your metabolic age, which I yo-yo between 25 and 27. I'm actually 28, I'll be 29 in August, and I just really like this app. It gives me a higher ability to understand exactly what's going on inside my body, and how much fat versus muscle versus water I have. So I'm not just worried about weight as much as I'm worried about what's going on inside my physical body. So I like to do that, and then we're gonna run to the gym. When we get back, I will share everything I do during the day. I will also link down below a great video on intermittent fasting and helping you understand what it is. I will link the fit tracker, obviously Fastic, because it's a huge component. And then I will also share a kind of a list of the workouts that I love to do that have been working out great for my body and my age. So over the summer, I've been leaving for the gym around 9:30. That seems to be when I'm done with kind of my morning coffee, getting the kids' breakfast rolling. Depending this particular day, my husband did it, and I had to work on some things upstairs. I had a bunch of emails I needed to get to. But around 11:30, I get home around 11, and at 11:30, I start the kids' lunches. I usually put them on trays like this. It really helps to compartmentalize the healthy things for the children. If you guys are new to my channel, we do bento boxes for our kids during the school year, which I have a ton of back-to-school content coming for you guys. That way I can organize healthy things within their lunch. But then I always put things like maybe a bag of chips, or we've been really into dried fruits lately, so I'll add those to the side. If they want it, they can grab it. Otherwise, I try to keep all whole foods on their plate as far as lunch goes and dinner. Sometimes for breakfast, it's not always easy. They'll have granola or cereal, things like that. So today I'm going to do a bunch of fruit, and then I'm making chicken nuggets. We'll give them a little dish they can add, whether it's ketchup, barbecue sauce, ranch. We have 4 children ranging between 7 and 12, so I kind of allow them to pick whatever they like, and then they will all sit down and eat. When they're done, they need to put their things in the dishwasher. If they still have more than 50% of their food on their plate, I do like to leave it out. That way, if they get hungry, they can go finish that, so I'm not making multiple meals during the day. So while their lunch is cooking, I am going to get the dishes done from breakfast, and I also had a couple things left out from the night prior, so we're gonna get the dishes going. Tell us in the comments down below, how's your summer going? What is your routine? I'd love to know if you guys have strict routines like I do, or if you're more like wake up, go with the flow. What are some things that are working for you, and what are some things you struggle with? I don't know if you guys can tell in this part of this video, but I had put this sweater on. It is a Halloween sweater. I don't know why, but it's like one of my favorite sweaters. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna wear it anyway. But I put it on and looked in the mirror, and it said Salem on it the right way. And I just realized, like halfway through my morning, one of my kids asked me why my sweater was on backwards. And I just want you all to know my sweater was inside out for like majority of the morning. With summer, I feel like we have had more dishes than normal. If you guys are over on my Instagram, my kids have been really into cooking for themselves recently, especially my 7 and my 9-year-old. They have been wanting to make toast and their own sandwiches, cutting up all my lemons to make homemade lemonade. And for the most part, I'm down here and I kind of just let them do their own thing. I want them to explore. They all have kid-friendly, there's a drawer of all kid-friendly knives and spoons and things like that. So while I have been enjoying that, it has been creating such a mess in here. So I feel like I've been doing dishes more than ever lately, and I'm trying to keep them as, occupied as possible, learning new life skills. They have a pretty rigorous morning routine. They wake up, put on their own clothes, brush their teeth, brush their hair, make their beds. They need to take their laundry and put it into the laundry room. My youngest 7-year-old has been really into doing his own laundry, which has been a little bit stressful, but my oldest 12-year-old, who loves to do his own laundry, has been teaching him how to do things. But he's been like, he'll take like one stuffed animal and then wash it and then be so excited. And I'm like, dude, we could have added like all of your laundry in there too. So it's been a great summer of learning all types of new life skills, but I'm kind of used to managing everything for them, and as they're growing up, I'm having to create more space in our household for the children to learn and grow, which has been wonderful, but also creating a little bit more stress. I've been trying to do more like theme days, so today's the day we're going to cook, guys. Tomorrow we're going to do pool day, but they kind of have idea of their own of what they want to do. So it has been a little challenging in that sense, but it's been wonderful. What have you been doing with your kids? Any ideas or guidance or tips for all of us down below for younger kids that are learning to become more independent and how to structure great life lessons for them? We'd love to know in the comments down below. So I was able to clean pretty much the whole kitchen while the chicken nuggets were in the oven. Now that they're done, I'm gonna get them plated and get the kids fed, and then I need to head out to the garden. I've kind of been trying to let everything grow a little bit larger, especially like the padrones and such, because with those, the larger they get, the spicier they are. I think in this video I have a really good recipe for you guys. I can't remember, it's a really long one, but if it is, it's kind of like, I live in Napa Valley, which is in wine country of California, and like padrones and shishito peppers are kind of a staple here. So I can't wait to share that with you. Let me get lunch on the table and then we will get started with the rest of our day.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself.
So a couple times our chickens got out, and as you can see, they completely ate all my lettuce, which is fine because I had told you guys in a previous video, I really didn't enjoy eating the lettuce from this garden or the arugula. It's just not my favorite. I'd rather just get it from the store. So I'm gonna uproot all of that, and I'm going to add the dill over here because that one area in that one planter where I had the cilantro, I put the dill over there, it won't grow. There's something up with that part of that. I don't know. I got to take all the dirt out and figure it out. If you guys are new here, again, I am a novice at gardening. This is my first time ever gardening. So I know a lot about chickens. I don't know anything about gardening. So I'm kind of learning through you guys. You're giving me all kinds of great tips down below. And so far, we're doing okay. We haven't really had anything die, except for some of my herbs are a little more delicate. And obviously the lettuce, thanks to the chickens. But I'm going to plant this. I love using dill. I've got great salmon recipes on my cooking channel or membership. I have, I also love to put it in my ranch. I love it in burgers. I just think dill is a great herb to have. We also have chives that are thriving. Over here, I've got a little bit of that dino kale, still not really propagating as much as I would have liked it to, but whatever, it'll be fine. And then basil galore. I have some great basil recipes I've been working on, so I can't wait to share those with you as well. So I got all the dill replanted here. So hopefully this transfer goes much better than the last one. Our chives are doing great. So the chickens got out and delighted on all of my kale. So cool, that's fine. It is what it is. At least it wasn't my basil. So I have a ton of basil. I'm thinking of doing a very simple pasta with this basil and adding probably some zucchini to it because I do have quite a bit of zucchini that I pulled out of this garden. So I will do that today, and if the recipe's good, I'll share it with you guys. but they also came in and ate my celery stalks, which is so rude. They're so rude. Yeah, I might do some uprooting here. I finally realized that these are the little prickly pickles or something. I don't know if they're like, I don't know. We're not going to eat those. They hurt too much to even harvest, so I kind of feel bad. But they hurt. And then we'll probably harvest like this 8 balls ready. It's perfect size. So we'll cook that one down. And our green beans aren't doing well. So tonight when I get into bed, I'm going to do a little research and figure out what we can do about these. These sure are cute though. I can say that much. So we have that, and then peppers are looking fantastic. I could probably harvest a ton of these right now. So I may do that tomorrow morning, first thing. These ones are doing well too. And then I have some green bell peppers over here that are doing great, getting really big. I think it's this one. Oh, I always feel like I break things when I'm in here. Oh no, these are the poblanos. They're looking really, really good, if you can see that. And tomatoes are coming in really well. No like color variation yet. They're still all green, but those will be delicious. So now that we have this done, I want to set the table outside for dinner tonight and do a bunch of stuff around the house. I'm going to take you guys with me.
I feel so alive.
Okay, so before we jump into my tablescape, I wanted to try a new recipe. I have been obsessed with another YouTube channel on here called, I think it's Acre Homestead, but she does a lot of baking. I am not a good baker, so I did download one of the recipes and I'm going to try to make brioche bread. This actually turns out amazing, and one of the reasons I was inspired to do it is I made crab cake sandwiches, which I have to still cut and share on my channel. I actually made them twice because the first set I didn't love. I tweaked the recipe a bunch and it turned out so good. So I'll be sharing that very soon. It will go up on my members only channel first. And then if you guys want to join that, it's all of my recipes. And anytime I have a sponsor, I usually clip those out and add it for my members over there. But I do put it down in the description in case you want it. So these will sit for about a half an hour, and then we will actually finish this off with the butter and eggs. The reason I also wanted to try brioche, not only is it delicious, but it uses a ton of eggs, and I had a ton of eggs, girl. So I was like, we're doing this bread. It was very easy to make. And the other thing she said on her channel is you could actually freeze the dough of this bread. And I think you guys saw in another video that I pre-made some pizza dough, which I've done pizza dough many times. I've just never made my own bread before. This is so much fun. Even though I'm extremely, I guess, like, what's the right word for it? I'm like intimidated to make bread. It was actually quite easy and delicious. So I will link her channel down below if you guys are interested. She does a lot of gardening. She's extremely knowledgeable in all things, cooking, jarring, baking, everything. All the things I'm not good at, she's very good at. So if you guys are looking for that kind of inspiration, I'll link it down below. But I'm going to get this bread going, and then we are going to head outside after we're done making the brioche buns and get decorating for a 4th of July family dinner we're having tonight.
As I reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out to the sky, I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day.
Something that just kind of dawned on me while I was sitting here editing this video and thinking about, I am a 38, soon to be 39-year-old mom of 4 kids. And if you're a mom out there with young kids and you feel the pressure to make things like bread and do all the things, I just wanted to say, during the season of my kids being between, the ages of, I would say my youngest being a newborn, my oldest being 6, 5 years old, 5, 6, I didn't do most of this stuff. I mean, my husband did most of the cooking until my youngest was probably, I want to say 2, like walking and talking and eating solid foods, is when I really started to get interested in really homemaking. I mean, I always loved on them, read books to them. I mean, my kids are my whole life, but As far as doing things like this, I didn't have the bandwidth or capacity to do any of these things. I rarely did any homemaking as far as making my own bread. I mean, here I am at 30, we'll call it 39. Just now learning how to do things like this. I did things like cookies. I did things like baking pies, like little things like that, Thanksgiving dinner, mac and cheese, things like that, but never to the extent that I have as my kids got older and became a little more self-sufficient and responsible with their own chores and things around our home. It really started to give me the flexibility to do things like this. So I just wanted to say, if you are a mom of young kids, just be as present as humanly possible in their life. Give them love, slow down, be mischievous with them, lay on the floor and play with them. Do not feel compelled to do things like making bread or homemade pastas if you don't have the capacity, because in order for you to be present in your kids' life, they want more of your attention than them remembering that you made a 2-hour lasagna. It is more important for you to be there in those formative years. And then as your kids get older, like during the time when my kids are usually doing their homework, especially the older ones who can self-navigate that, that's when I've kind of taken that free time that I would have otherwise to maybe watch TV, which we don't really watch TV in our house. But now I've started to lean into the things that I love, which have been wanting to bake and watching, Martha Stewart garden and doing all these things that I never got to do because my priority was to be present with my children, which now as they're older has created a beautiful harmonious bond between my children and myself and my husband. So I just wanted to say that if you're coming here thinking that I've done that throughout my entire time being a mother for the last 12 years, I promise you it was nothing like that. And as I'm getting older, I'm starting to make space for those priorities because I always wanted to be a mother that gardened and that made homemade pizza sauce and homemade pizzas. I didn't have that ability in my previous years as being a mom and evolving as a wife and things like that. So if you needed to hear that, I'm just letting you know, I never did any of that. I bought all my pizza dough either at the pizza place down the street or Whole Foods. It was just as delicious. The whole part was that we were with our kids having fun. So now that I'm done making my first time ever brioche buns, which turned out super yummy, I am going to clean out the closet because I've honestly just been stuffing things that I didn't know where to put in there for probably the last 2 or 3 months, and it's time to clean it out. I also found my driver's license, which I lost 3 months ago. So yay for me, let's get organizing.
I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way, I found my way.
So before I head outside to decorate for a little 4th of July themed dinner tonight, I wanted to clean my room. If you're wondering what happened here, so we have my 9-year-old who's really tiny for her age. She had a really bad nightmare, and it's hard for her to sleep in our bed because our dog Chewy is really sick and it just takes up a bunch of room. So we actually pushed these 2 chairs together and made like a little crib for her, and she slept perfectly. But unfortunately now all she wants to do is sleep in there all the time. So, but it worked out great. So I wanted to break all that down, clean everything up. We did also get a new mirror here, which is really beautiful and kind of fits the scale of this room better. I got to figure out what to do with the other one. And I just want to straighten up in here. Our bed's a mess. I haven't been making my bed every morning just because I've been getting up and just starting the day. And in summer, it's not like school. Like once you get the kids out the door, then the day kind of just recalibrates and you're alone. It's like, the kids want to go swimming. They want to do this. They want to go for a walk. They want to go to the park, which is all great. So half the day will go by, and I will, especially on days when I work out at the latter part of the day. So I either work out first thing in the morning or I go around 3 o'clock and I'll go until 5. It really just depends on when my husband's here. And we kind of navigate the schedules together. But during that part, I will either tackle the bed first thing in the morning or later in the day. But since I spent this morning going to the gym, here I am making the bed. And then we are going to head outside and get decorating.
'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way.
So I'm so excited to be finally taking down the lemon decor out here. I swear, I feel like it's been up here for like 5 months. I swear it's just a hodgepodge pile of stuff that needs to just get moved out of here. So I'm going to clean it all up and get all of this reorganized, and then I'm going to clean this table. I want to just put some flags, very simple decor up, just to kind of bring in the theme of 4th of July. If you guys are looking for lots of decorating inspiration, definitely please subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate the support. I try to provide as much motivation as possible as far as it comes to like family and decor and homemaking and lots of recipes as well. So I would love it if you would subscribe. And the other thing I want to do is go through what we're going to be doing for the rest of the year. So for the month of July, we're going to be doing a ton of back to school tips, tricks, just kind of getting your life organized. So I don't know if you were like me, but like I always loved the first week of school. I would get my planner out. I'd have everything laid out the night before school. I would have everything so organized, and I swear by like the second month I would just fall right back behind. So I like to add a lot of value to you guys by sharing tips and tricks to stay organized all school year long. And then we'll go through different seasons where we will take a look at our schedules and change what needs to be changed so you guys can be really organized. I also restart my year in July. So where most people, it's, January 1st, I actually do mine July 1st. I've always done it that way. So I will link down below a little 30-day challenge if you guys are looking for something like that. It really helps just kind of get in the right frame of mind to stay strong for a new year. And then I will link all my planners and things down there as well. But I do a lot of block scheduling, especially during the school year. And so I will share all of that with you. I also ordered a bunch of stuff from Temu of just like how to, budget friendly items to really keep you organized throughout the year, especially if you have a large family like I do. And then we'll be doing fall decorating probably at the end of July. Well, I do apple harvest for back to school, so that will definitely be at the very end of July. And then we will be doing fall all throughout August and September, late September, we will start Halloween. I'm going to try to do things a little bit earlier this year so I'm not as overwhelmed. Just so you know, I'm trading out this runner because I didn't like it. I thought the colors were wrong, so I added this one. I think it turns out way cuter. Tell me if you like it in the comments down below. But anyway, so we'll be doing Halloween, and then I will start Thanksgiving, which is kind of fall-esque, but a little bit darker tone. So bringing in more maroons and burnt oranges and things like that. And then maybe even some greens. And then we will go into Christmas probably before Thanksgiving. It's a lot of work to decorate this house. It's larger than our last house. So I definitely, after last year, I need a larger runway to get the whole house done, especially because our Christmas party is the first week of December. And it's also my husband's birthday. So I need the house to be done. We have a lot going on in December. So you guys will get the benefit of having earlier content this year because I need the time to be able to do it all. So if you guys want to see all of that and join me for all the recipes, definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you are looking for my digital cookbook, it is linked down below. It is $5 a month and you get all of my recipes. At some point, they will all be printed in one cookbook, but you will have it prior to that. So I appreciate all your support on that end. I usually add recipes to the end of every video. I will be adding one to this video as well. So they are free on my channel, but you kind of have to navigate around all my videos to find them. Even I have a hard time finding them most of the time. So it's nice to have them all in one place. It's taken me a really long time to go back to every single video over the last 3 years to actually upload them. I'm still in the process of doing that. So if you want to check that out, definitely check it out in the description box down below. So I'm going to finish this tablescape. I'm going to add a couple other little cute things, and then we're going to keep moving on with our day.
In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I find my way. 'Cause I find my way. 'Cause I find my way, my way, my way. Find my way, my way. 'Cause I find my way, my way, my way. Find my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.
I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead of this and suggest that maybe I did too many flags. I'm sure we can all agree and get there together. It was cute if I just did it around, but by the time I was done, I was just like, it's really hot out here, so I'm going to leave them. But yeah, if you're thinking I did too many, you're definitely, I'm feeling you, girl. I'm right there. The other thing I want to do is add some cute little lights around here. I am going to be building a light tunnel and moving the dining area out here around. I am so insanely excited about this. If you saw me talking, I was talking to my husband. He was asking me what I should do, and I was scratching my head like, I don't know. It's insane, but I'll figure it out. But here is how everything went here, and just like really simple decor. We're gonna do fire pits, we're gonna do s'mores, we're gonna do dinner. I'm so excited. I'm excited for the season. 4th of July is one of my favorite times to be with my family, and I think this turned out really, really sweet. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.
So for dinner tonight, I'm going to be making a chicken meatball ragu. This is a really easy recipe and super delicious. I'm going to put it over a bed of polenta. I've been in a polenta mood lately. I've made polenta on my channel a couple of times. I'm not going to talk too much about it. But to get started, we're just going to chop up 1 yellow onion. We're going to be adding chicken thighs into a food processor, but you can actually use like a meat grinder if you prefer. This works really well for me, so I'm just going to be adding the onions in here. I'm going to chop them up. Yes, my food processor broke, but it still works if I just like use a little thing to poke the hole, so I'm not inclined to buy a new one. Plus they're kind of expensive. But anyway, so we're gonna add the chicken thighs in here. I'm gonna add some oil. We're gonna whip that right up, and then I'm gonna be adding in our seasonings. You can season this with anything really. I sometimes use like Italian seasonings. Other times I'll do like a, I don't know if you guys have seen my coconut curry chicken recipe, but it's also really good. You use like coconut milk. It's super delicious. So I'm going to be using some of my dehydrated garlic, my dehydrated onions. I'm going to use an egg. If you guys have seen that video, I actually dehydrated my some vegetables and then actually made them into powders. So instead of using like spices, we're just going to use that. Then I'm going to use breadcrumbs. We're going to be using salt, pepper, and some Parmesan cheese to this. And then I actually added in just a little bit of oregano. I just think it'll give it that nice kind of fresh flavoring. So we're going to mix all that up. Again, I will link this recipe down below. For members, you guys already have all this, but it is a very easy recipe. Once you're done blending it all up, we're going to turn these into little meatballs, and then we are going to bake them.
In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.
Since I already have the polenta going, I'm going to pull out these meatballs and just add them to a cast iron skillet with a little bit of Rayo's marinara. I like this brand of tomato sauce. If you guys are looking for like a really great one, it's a little bit pricey, but I love it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of oil in here. This will give it a nice, wonderful coating on these meatballs and bring them back to life because, girl, they look a little dry. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to add those in. I'm going to be adding them over a bed of polenta. We'll add a little bit of fresh herbs on there and we'll call it a night.
I found my way. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.
Since it's summer, I decided to bless this recipe with some basil from the garden, and it smells terrific. It was unseasonably cold when I made this, so if it's hot where you are, I would highly suggest saving this recipe for when it starts to cool down. But it's very good, very simple to make, and I will link it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and please don't forget that a homemaker's journey starts within your heart. So start when you're ready, or just watch my videos because you find them entertaining. Either way, I am so grateful you're here, and I'll see you in the next video real soon. Bye.
I found my way.